Well, we still got about 2 minutes, so I was also letting things slide by. Oh,
Want to spend that time talking about Bill Cosby?
I really don't want to talk about Bill Cosby unless you got some pudding. Welcome to Dicejunkies. I'm Zeno Damus. I'm here with
Q.
And we should have Blood Axe in our chat room and
In
moderating over there.
Is he there, though? Is he?
You know, we'll find out. Oh, look at that. See, there he is.
He
Blood
is
Axe popped up in the chat. So, all right, let's get started. First off, we have... Dun, dun, dun. This is a continuation from last week when we talked about EA's new purchase. And apparently several people came out with similar theories as me on that ad-based software possibly going into console games. And EA says, no, it's not. And then, of course, the company that they're working with put out a blog that said, yes, that's exactly what we plan on doing, except you opt in.
For rewards.
So, I mean, EA, once again, trying to deny what they have plans on doing. Of course, we have seen EA do ads in games previously. I know they had that, the UFC game that they used to advertise Amazon's The Boys, which they ended up getting pulled because a lot of people got really annoyed with it.
Well, normally when you pay money for something, you get the commercial-free version.
Yeah, when you pay $60, $70 for something.
You're like, I didn't buy this to get commercials. You don't. I have YouTube Premium because I can't stand effing commercials. You know how pissed off I would be if a commercial. One time it popped up, but it turned out I got signed out. But I threw a fit. Then I said, "Oh, okay, I got signed out. Let me sign back in." Commercials was gone. But I pay money to not see commercials. And yes, I know what I just said. Trust me, EA's already working on it. EA is going to start selling the commercial-free version of games with a $10, $15 upgraded price tag to get the commercial-free. Like, hey, you get this version, no commercials popping up during all your load screens. But go ahead and tell them how it's supposed to work. Like,
now, EA was very specific on their denial, though. As they said, following incorrect reports suggesting that we are looking to introduce TV-style commercials into our games, we wanted to clarify that in-game advertising for consoles is not something we're currently looking at or have signed any agreements to implement.
They're being pedantic.
Yes, they're being pedantic.
That's a shout out for somebody we know. Yeah. They're being pedantic. Very pedantic.
Dave Madden, an executive at Simul Media, which is who they went in with to get this ad company, explained in a blog post.
No, we're doing commercials. Pretty much, he goes like, no, we're doing it.
That says, let's see, platform will show an ad to users unless they opt in. So you won't see an ad unless you opt in. Now, why would you opt in? Let's say, well, that's because they plan on. That says doing the watch time rewards. That's why rewards that enhance their personal experience. So they enhance your experience. Oh, but they don't affect or give you an unfair advantage.
Now we know what this means. EA defines this as cosmetics and also just stuff that gives you an advantage. Well, but that's usually available in game also.
Here's the thing. I mean, we've seen this unfair advantage, non-unfair advantage type award system before. We saw it with the WB, with the Lord of the Rings game. Oh, well, you can grind and do all this stuff and get everything that you could buy. There's no unfair advantage, except it's insanely miserable to do,
It's a painful, grueling, and long experience.
Yes. Which is why they go enhance your personal experience. Oh, it's not giving you an advantage. It's enhancing your personal experience.
But as James Sterling has said on plenty of occasions, also cosmetics are very popular. And this is another thing that's often included under this, not an unfair advantage. But it does have a strong enough in-game effect, just ask anybody who plays Fortnite, that it literally is very much affects your gameplay. Now, maybe it affects your personal experience, but it still feels to me like a punishment to the people that don't opt in. Because if you're running around looking badass, like, man, you're freaking boom, check out my gun, shit. You look like a scrub next to me. I'm over here looking clean. Everybody wants on the team, want to roll with me. And you looking crappy. That's changing the experience people are getting, and it's getting changed. Even though that person spent their money on the game and you spent your money on the game, you're getting things they're not getting because you're willing to watch these ads and they're not. Give me the whole damn game. If I buy your game, I want all of it. I don't want no exclusions. I don't want any tricks. I don't want to jump through a flipping hoop. You know what I'm saying? I paid my money. I want all of it. And I want him to spend as much time getting it as I do without me having to suffer to avoid him getting it faster. Do your commercials. Because what you're doing is you're putting in a punishment and reward system, not in a free game. Now, no, free game, free to play, do what you want, man. Honestly, some people complain about free games being paid to win. I'm like, of course they're paid to win. They're free games. It's where they make their money. I think that makes perfect sense. I am better at grinding than he is. But and you've been doing it, but if it's about building something, Blood Axe, it's all you. Blood Axe is saying I'm the better grinder. I'm like, that depends. Watch his grounded videos. This sucker on a whole nother level. He's got castles. I look like a boot camp. I got a box with a bed. I don't even have a bed in mine. I had a tent and a box. And that was my whole base. But no, but getting back to the point, it's a punishment and reward system built into a purchased game. I do not want that. Do not build a punishment and reward system into a purchased game. You want to do that? Make it free to play. Then I don't care what tactic you use. Gambling, loot boxes, whatever, it's free. You know what? People get what they pay for. And free, you're going to get whatever they put in it. But you make this a $70 game, you put this on full $70 games, and then you put this nonsense in, you can go to hell. Just make a mobile game, man. You know that's what you want to do anyway. We both know EA wants to be making mobile games exclusively. That's why they keep trying to find ways to make more money off of their non-mobile games. But either make a game that's not mobile and make it right, or just make mobile games, EA. Nobody will miss you. You know what I'm saying? Just go to mobile games and be done with it. I'm getting sick and tired of this crap because FIFA is one of the games I'm talking about is FIFA. FIFA already has crazy loot box mechanics, and they want to add in ads. God dang it, man! It's not a mobile game, EA. You're not going to make that money on it like that. Just accept it, and either stop making it, or make it and just chill.
I mean, the only way I can see that they try to spin this is they try to go for the little man type thing. Oh, well, not everybody can afford our loot boxes. So we've introduced ads so that you can get stuff without having to spend your money. Just waste your time. Anyway.
Hate you, EA. I hate you. Just make mobile games, man. It's fine. We get it. Why are you still pretending to be a gaming company? Just make mobile games. Make FIFA a mobile game. Just go full mobile with it. At this point, I am willing to give up a lot of our gaming companies if it just means the ones we have left are making real shit. Like, I am more than willing to be like, holla at you, go full mobile. And honestly, you'll make more money. I'm not being a dick. I mean, let's be honest, dude. Mobile games are way more profitable by a lot. Do you not know? Like, it's way more profitable than making games.
Oh, I understand. I mean, I understand.
And if you're this upset about the money you're losing not making mobile games, then you should be making mobile games.
I mean, it comes down to ease. It's easy to hit a button and spend money on a phone. It's a lot easier than spending it on my Xbox, or where I tend to have to relog in, put in extra information, all this stuff. Phones have made it easy to do that impulse buy.
Couple swipes usually.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, and here's the thing.
Dude, I can set up my phone to where instead of it asking me if I'm okay with making a purchase, it just look into my camera and see if my face is there. And if my face is there, it goes, oh, yeah, you really want to buy this. There you go. It's you.
Okay,
I mean, it can be that easy on a mobile device.
Do you remember the villain from Ready Player One? What his goal was to take the peripheral and fill 80% of the screen with ads. That's what EA is moving toward, where you're going to be playing FIFA. Like, y'all see this? This corner up here is going to be FIFA, and then just all this is going to be, well, go that way. All that's just going to be advertisements. That's what they're going to do. It's just going to be scrolling commercials along the edge with the little, oh, that's a mobile game. Damn. All right, there we go. Yeah, I just thought about most mobile games have the game, and then that's what there's going to be, man. It's just going to be a little, this is your game, and it's surrounded by commercials and ads constantly. And I shouldn't have said that. EA is going to do that. FIFA now, you're going to be playing FIFA on 20% of the screen.
Well, speaking about being unhappy with a company, let's move on to our next topic.
Which one? Is that all of them, isn't it?
Well, I mean, currently,
speaking of James Sterling,
once again, Ubisoft is in the news for its abuse allegations and poor work conditions and all that stuff.
I'm looking forward to their video on this because James Stephanie Sterling has been fighting this battle for a long time. And it's one of the reasons I'm still a member of their channel is that they fight these battles. I mean, you do need to call these people out on this stuff, man.
So Ubisoft addressed the accusations of toxic culture and harassment from last year in the risk factor section, saying the accusations resulted in loss of key talents and damage to company's reputation and image, which may also impact its appeal and retention of talent. In 2020, the movement to denounce behavior that is toxic and sexist within Ubisoft teams led to unexpected departure of several key talents, and basically, it's still happening. It's they're still
happening. Like I said, I like to give shout out to other YouTubers, and like I said, I was on the fence about leaving the channel membership for a while, but then there was a video about Ubisoft again, and I just said, nah, man, I got to support somebody that is bringing it to light. And Ubisoft's accusations are out there. What you're thinking, it's worse. You go look it up. They're not accused of, light stuff. They're accused of some creepy crap. And it's just shocking that nothing really happened, and nothing keeps happening. You're just like, wow, they sent all of these celebrities to jail, but Ubisoft somehow just skated through all of that without getting called on a lot of stuff they are accused of strongly, frequently, constantly.
So, I mean, Ubisoft is one of those companies where we'll continue to watch and just sort of see where all this goes. But it does seem like Ubisoft is still heading in a poor direction. Of course, as far as I'm concerned, their games have been headed in a poor direction for a long time. I mean, their games have...
To quote, and hopefully not get sued by said person, Ubisoft. Ubisoft has just been accused of so much, and the accusations are in a quantity and frequency that while I cannot confirm, let's just say that if I was a betting man, I'd put money on it. I'm willing to put money on it. And it's, it just popped back up on its own, finally. I mean, I've been hearing accusations for the last couple of years, and finally it's made headlines.
Well,
again.
It's because they had their yearly reports and stuff like that came out, and it was listed as one of their financial impacts, I think, is basically, which last time it was more of just
and how guilty are you that you had to list it in your financial report? All of our horrible abuse allegations listed as a loss.
Yeah, they're hurting us. They're hurting us.
Hold on, that's crazy. They actually put it. Imagine reading the finance report as an accountant, and it's like, oh, wait, what? I don't think this is a subject. We have to type this in. Abuse and mistreatment allegations as a loss.
Captain Grabass done fucked us.
They had to type that in manually. I'm just saying, I hope that hasn't become a already existing tab on an accounting form. Oh, they're going to do this. Oh, no. Wait, does that mean it's going to be able to put it as a tax write-off? Oh, my God. They're going to try to get a tax write-off for their abuse.
All right.
Oh, man, Ubisoft. God, no, man. Evil corporations, man. It's EA and Ubisoft. EA for its advertisement.
Yeah, I guess we'll continue down evil corporation.
And then Ubisoft for its actual crimes.
So... Let's swap a couple of these around. Here we go. We'll go ahead and move over to
no, yeah. All right, yeah.
Continuing the Evil Corp. Oh
No. They're totally not a part of the government and not an evil corp. As they go big brother like a mofo.
Tencent is now using facial recognition to stop children in China from gaming all night. So basically, yeah, they're watching
Big brother.
Man. This
they're watching you while you're playing. They're watching your children.
Oh.
And telling your children how much gaming they can do because Tencent knows how to raise your kids better than you.
So far, the feature has been activated in 60 of Tencent's mobile games, including Honor of Kings and Game for Peace. But the feature will roll
do it
out
through your phone
to more of Tencent's mobile games over time. Yeah, obviously, every phone has a camera, so...
That's Big Brother. Wow, dude, that's not creeping you out. You hate that kind of thing.
Oh, no, dude.
This normally, I'm waiting for his rant because he hates that stuff.
So I found it amusing because I'd found this on Reddit, and one of the first comments is, I absolutely wish this was thought up by any other company that is not from China due to the risk that anything you say can get you killed or reformed. But I do like the idea of getting kids kicked offline at a certain hour. Yeah, that's what fucking parents are for. Come on. I do not like this. I don't like it in any form. I mean, the fact that Tencent's doing it is bad enough. Just that it's Tencent, but the whole concept of facial recognition to try to, I mean, not to mention the problems of people that do look young.
Babyface.
Yeah.
Michelle, our former editor, babyface girl. Pretty little young, like face looks young as heck.
Dude, if I cut off my goatee, a few years.
You look like a
few years back.
baby.
Now, right now, I'm getting older. I'm getting the wrinkles, stuff like that. So it's not as big of a problem. But a few years back, if I would have shaved off my goatee, I had a baby face.
He looks like a fat baby.
Yeah.
Hill versus babyface, man. You look just like him.
So. Yeah, so my thing is, I mean, obviously there's the technical difficulties, but yes, there's also the privacy issues. I mean, you're saying that you're basically keeping an active monitoring system on people's phones while they play these games.
Of their children.
Of their children, yes.
And we know lately, he won't let me go into it, but the children's been a touchy subject as of late.
Children have always been a touchy subject.
Well, it's been coming up a lot lately. And just so you know, we are aware. Even though we don't talk about stuff, we're aware. But but for me, like for him, it's because like I said, Big Brother is a big thing. For me, don't you tell me what anybody in my family does. Like I am really big on don't raise my kids. Do not raise my kids.
Well, my thing is I mean, you're
but the way they're doing it's creepy too.
Yeah, you're doing it really creepy, and I mean, why would you trust these companies to monitor
there's
your
no part
children?
where they say you opt into this either. It's them just deciding,
yeah.
and it's because Tencent is the Chinese government. How do you know dang well they couldn't have pulled this off if this was not government backed? If they tried this in America, they get sued. The second they turn someone's game off, they would get a lawsuit.
Dude, with the
like this is obviously a government approved project.
We saw some of these issues with the schooling from home, with some of the software being able to be accessed without the user's consent and all that stuff. Putting this type of device into the things your children do, it's a horrible idea. Now, I mean, this is China. I mean, I don't expect to see this in the U.S., but anytime technology like this takes off, you always have those few that will try to bring it over. And,
and the sheer security risk of having something monitoring you like that. Even this is a risk because if it's monitoring your kids, that means it's probably not just watching, it's listening, which means it can hear all your conversations, hear you if you say something private or important.
Look,
it's
dude,
literally somebody spying on your family.
Yeah. I laugh a lot at the people that constantly put like sticky notes over their cameras and stuff like that. For one, I mean, I'm
one of them, though.
they're not going to see anything they want to see if they tap into my camera anyway. And sticky note isn't going to.
Me neither.
Isn't going to stop.
Be a sight.
Sticky note isn't going to stop the thing that you do not want, and that is audio. I mean, what we say is definitely more damning than anything they can get off of our cameras. I mean, it's one of the great things of having freedom of speech, but
here,
in some places, you don't. And so this is just, to me, just the idea of this is extremely scary. And
this is a rare moment he cares as much as me, because for him, the big brother, for me, it's Tencent, who owns a massive part of Epic. Yeah. Do not forget, they're heavily vested in Epic. But we're not supposed to be concerned about that. I mean, and this is the kind of stuff they do.
Epic is another example of that. I mean, we saw them grabbing information off of people's computers and all this stuff.
Yeah, they were stealing people's Steam information for a while, man.
Taking people's Steam information. So, and where a lot of that stuff was probably okay, where they were, because,
Well, yeah, it's definitely okay over there. And that's why, my problems with Epic aren't just I don't like Fortnite.
It creeps into our stuff. I mean, how many of these apps that they implement this on can also be played in the U.S.? Do they pull that feature out? Is it properly pulled out? Is it easily hackable? How many people are going to be able to use this software to get back doors? Because
basically their mobile games are capable of facial recognition.
Yes.
That means it's built into their games. And just because it's not turning off the games in America doesn't mean it's not still looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
And I know this would normally be accused theories, except it's kind of a reality. This isn't really a crackpot theory. This is the tech is there. The willingness to do it is there. Doesn't mean they're doing it, but doesn't mean they can't.
I mean, it just brings more validity to your Tencent and Epic rants to me. I joke about your Tencent rants at times and go, "Wow, he's out there." But I mean, this right here, this is the type of stuff that actually makes those rants a little more valid, man. I mean, I do not like this at all, and anything I find...
Y'all thought I was crazy. You thought I was crazy, didn't you? Yeah. But look at this.
Anything I find that is associated with Tencent, I will probably try to keep it off of my devices and my computer. And that's just as my personal choice. Tencent is staying off my computer as much as I can.
I'm wrapping Epic in that. One of my boys plays Fortnite, but the Xbox he plays it on is in another room.
I'm this much happier.
Coming in mine.
I'm this much happier that I have an Xbox instead of a PlayStation now. Being that PlayStation is also getting wrapped up with.
Well, Sony is getting in bed with Epic, which means they're kind of getting in bed with Tencent.
So, yay! All right. Let's see. Last topic before we do a random encounter is we'll jump over to man arrested for selling modded Zelda save files. Another Nintendo. You can't touch our stuff, you assholes.
Well, apparently, it's a whole countrywide law, though, of some kind of unfair competition.
Yeah.
Though it's a single-player game, it wasn't a copy of the game, it was a save file, and yet he got arrested.
Yes, we're selling save files with
mods.
With basically mods, yeah. Arrested. 27-year-old man in Japan arrested after he was caught attempting to sell modified Zelda Breath of the Wild save files. And then it says, Nagata Prefecture police spotted the listing and arrested Sho on July 8th for possibly violating the unfair competition prevention law. After being arrested, the man admitted he had sold modded saves and software before, telling police he had sold about 10 million yen in the past year and a half.
It's about 90K US. And I mean, the funny thing is, like I said, it's a shock that it's illegal. I didn't know it was illegal to do this for competitive games, but the fact that they're grabbing people for non-competitive games leads us to believe that it's like he was basically hinting. We think it's because it was Zelda, because Nintendo is notorious for its aggression.
Well,
towards
that's the
anything.
thing. Like, if you go on with the other, because as this article states, it says, while this might seem wild, being arrested for selling save files is not a new situation in Japan. Police in Japan have previously arrested folks for modifying video game software, which violates the unfair competition prevention law in Japan. The same law was also used by Nintendo to sue a go-kart company in 2017. So I mean,
go-kart
yeah.
company.
So this law is just weird, but Nintendo is it loves to not let.
I mean, all I'm going to say is at least 2 of these cases Nintendo was involved, but the fact that this does though feel odd because, like we said, that's a single player game, and the idea that he is selling save files, a single player game, and note the key was not sued, arrested, is the part where like, wait, like go to jail, like wow,
yeah.
So I just had to say, apparently they take their gaming really freaking serious in Japan. Like you go to jail over there for cheating. We just talk about you like a dog, kick you out the contest, but like they're over there, they're like, yo man, we take you to the pen.
Once again, single player game. I mean,
it's still unfair to someone somewhere that had to work hard. I don't know. Shut up, go to jail. Nintendo. I still think it's Nintendo. I still think it's.
I mean, dude. I mean, our next article is on Nexus mods. So I mean.
Now, Statler and Waldorf were played by Jim Henson and Richard Hunt.
Okay.
Now, what people don't really appreciate was that by the time we were doing Muppets Christmas Carol, both those gentlemen were now dead. So Statler and Waldorf were the ghosts playing the ghosts of the Marley Brothers.
Yes.
It was kind of a little inside joke for the Muppet people.